Davasa efendiler hanımlar biz bugünkü yığınımızdan başlayıştan burun bazı bir kişilik uqturuşlarını uqtur koymakçı. Birincisi kol telefonunu bağla, hemsi kol telefonlarını öçürütünler. Başta sayrap ketmesin yığın jarayonida. Yani keyin shu sayraydiganlar narsa bo'lsa o'chirtinglar, telefondan boshqa bir sayraydigan narsalar bo'lsa. Hani keyin abaytin bu NED'nin başlığı edip emdelik mesela qo'lda yuvish uylarini bilmasanglar, shu udulni chiqib, taqashqan tomga berib sol tarafga kelib, andan solga aydilsanglar, qo'lda yuvish. Shunami? Okay. Mikrofon. Okay, mesela qo'l yuvishga tegishlik bo'lsa, agar ehtiyoj bo'lsa, ama shu udul chiqib, ma aynaklik derizning sirtiga chiqib, abaytin tizimlatgan yak basanglar, ya da tamba sol tarafda. Sol taraf kirib, yana solga aylansanglar, ya da qo'l yuvish edi. Agar ehtiyoj bo'lsa, birlamda keyin chiqishga tegishlik bo'lsa, shu yerga basanglar bo'ldi. Bo'lmasa ma binodan oson yutib ketishinglar mumkin. Shunga keyindagilar agar o'tirmiz desanglar, o'ng taraf keyinda o'rin bor. Shunga osh tarafda bir o'tirib olgan bo'lsanglar, nihoyat yaxshi bo'ldi. Rahmat. Ana keyinlikqa apparatda yoki bir narsa tassanglar, o'rtirib, mengib yurib, tatmagan bo'lsanglar, chunki NED'ning o'zining bizga maxsus bugungi faoliyatni barliq boshdan oxir olib bermoqchi videoga. Uni bizning veb-saytga chiqaramiz. O'zingizning davlatida ko'ra olaysizlar albatta, lekin tanaffuslarliklarda xohlasanglar o'zingizlar olsanglar bo'ladi. Bir xil noyda tartibli, chiroyli bir xil yaxshi bo'lish uchun. Rahmat hammalarning diqqatiga. Unda avvalo bugungi yig'inimizni rasmiy boshlab ketdik. Assalomu alaykum, aziz vatandoshlar, jiroqdan kelgan mehmonlar, ham Uyg'ur xalqining do'stlari. Sizlarning bugun Sharqiy Turkestan, ya'ni Kommunist Xitoy hokimiyati ostidagi 60 yil degan konferensiyaga jiroqlardan kelganinglarni qizg'in qarshi olamiz. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and distinguished guests, we welcome you to the conference, East Turkestan, 60 years under the People's Republic of China. Bugungi bu yig'inimiz albatta ahamiyati nihoyat zo'r, bir tarixiy ahamiyatga ega bir yig'in. Chunki bugungi bu yig'inda albatta Dunyo Uyg'ur qurultiyi va Amerika Uyg'ur birlashmasidan sir, hamda Amerikadagi bu davlatlik demokratiya fondi jamiyati va Yevropadagi o'sha vakolatsiz millatlar tashkilotining sohibxonligida bugungi bu yig'in ochilmoqda. This conference has a very special significance because it is co-sponsored by the National Endowment for Democracy and the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization in The Hague. So we are very grateful for their support. Ben aldı bilen Uyghur halkının milli dahisi, Uyghur halkının anısı, şunun bilen birge Dünya Uyghur Kulti'nin reisi, Rebiya Kadeer hanımını, sakiniga chiqib sizlarning kelganinglarni, ya'ni bu yig'inning ishlash murosimi sababidan bu muborak so'ri so'zlashga taklif qilaman. Now I would like to invite Madame Rebiya Kadeer, who is the democratic leader of the Uyghur people and also the mother of the Uyghur people. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Barliq Şiraq yaqindan kelgan Uyghur qarindoshlarimiz va Sharqiy Turkistonlik qarindoshlarimiz xush kelibsizlar. Assalamu alaikum. Mushu bizningki bugun Uyg'urlarning Xitoy hukumati tarafidan besivilingiga 60 yillik yig'iniga qatnashish uchun bizni qo'llab kelgan barliq chet ellik va o'zimizning do'stlarimiz. Bugün bizning 60 yillik Xitoy hukumati Sharqiy Turkistonni, ya'ni Uyg'ur xalqini besib olganiga 60 yil bo'lganligi haqida bir konferens o'tkazayotimiz. Bizning bu yig'inimizni bizning mishaga to'plashib, ep bordigan kurslarimizni, muzokaralarimizni qo'llagan enidi ONPO, Demokratiya Kişilik Hukuk Fondi Cemiyeti, Uyghur Amerika Uyuşması ve şu yığını qo'llab jiroq yaqindan kelgan nashriyat ve başka barliq hamma qo'llovchilarga chin ko'nglimdan bugun rahmat aytaman. Hem shunchalar uzun yerlardan safar qilib, mushu o'z xalqining taqdirini qanday hal qilish to'g'riliq nihoyat go'hardek fikrlarni elib, hem arzu umidlarini elib, dunyoning siyosiy poytaxti bo'lgan Washingtonga kelib, mishada bosh biriktirib, o'z xalqining g'amini yeb, o'zlarining iqtisodini sarf qilib, vaqtlarini va bolalarini tashlab, mishaga kelib, uyushib o'tgan barliq mehmonlar, och-singil, farzandlarim, qarindoshlarimga, millatimga chin ko'nglimdan rahmat aytaman. Bugün bu hammamiz bir yerga yig'ilib o'tiribdik. Bu qitim Dünya Uyghur Qurultayini Amerikada echish xili uzundan beri Uyghur xalqining orzusi bo'lgan bo'lsa-mu, biz nihoyat nurg'un sabablar tufayli va nurg'un to'salg'ular tufayli bu Amerikada ochanmagan. Dunyoning har yerda, Germaniyada, Yevropada, Gollandiyada va Yevropa parlamentining ichida, Belgiyada hamma yerda echib Dünya Uyghur Qurultayının her yılı Uyghur halkının takdiri ve Uyghur halkının kelgüsü, Uyghur halkının azatlığı, erkinliği, Şarkı Türkistan'daki halklarının, qarindaş milletlerimizin erkinliği hakkında muzakir ve jig'in ve siyaset belgilep şu yusunda faaliyet etpadık. Bizning bugünkü muşu ottağın qarindaşlarımız bugünkü Dünya Uyghur Qurultayı emas. Muşu Şarkı Türkistan'ın mustaqillik e'lon qilgan yillari va tarixdagi ota-bobomizning qurgan davlatlari, kurashlari va shu inqiloblar va shu tashkilotlar va tashkillanishlar va badal to'lashlar o'zining orzusi va ozodlik uchun kurash qilganlarning qon to'kkanlar, turmida yetayotganlar, tutilganlar, o'lib shu orzuda tugab ketganlar. Taki o'lgichi Sharq Turkistonning va Uyg'ur xalqining ozodligiga intizor bo'lib, shu bir kunni mushundaq bir soatlarni, hatto Uyg'urlarning ozodligi emas, Sharq Turkistonning ozodligi va xalqning ozodligini orzu qilib, shu bir kunni ko'rishga tashna bo'lib, ko'ranmay dunyodan ketayotganlarning, hatto o'zining xalqining uchun qo'rqmay bir eg'iz vaqirab, qo'rqmay yuraklik men xalqimni ozod qilaman, men xalqimning erkinligi uchun kurash qilaman degan bir gapni qila oladigan bir tashkilotining mavjud bo'lganini ko'rishni orzu qilib, ko'ranmay turmida o'lib ketayotgan qarindoshlarimizning va shundoq ko'ranmay dunyodan ketayotgan vatanning ichi teshidagi qarindoshlarimizning orzusi ve şularning manga yo'lining oxiri biz bu yerga shularning orzusi bilan, shularning farzandlari, shularning shogirdlari, shularning izlarini besib, hammamiz bu yerga to'plashib o'tiribdik. Mushu kunlarni orzu qilgan turmida minglagan, 10 minglagan, 100 minglagan qarindoshlarimiz turmida yetibdi. Bir eg'iz men Uyg'urning ozodligi deb to'lib ola olsam, mushu Şinjanning ichida deb. Şinjan degan Şinjan Uyghur Abdunum Rayın degen Xitay hükümeti koyup bergen bolsunmu, biz vatanning ichida o'zinglar bizlar Şinjan deb ataymiz. Sharq Turkiston yoki Uyg'uriston degan atash bizga mumkin emas. Shunga vatanning ichidagilar osh gapni aytish uchun o'lib ketayotganlar. Mushu bir eg'iz o'zimizning ozodligini mushundaq bir to'plashib o'tirish yoki 5 odam yoki 10 odam to'plashib o'tirib, yurkidikini mungdishi bilish uchun turmida yetayotganlar. 10 yillab, 25 yillab kechiktirib o'lim jazosi berilayotganlar, ashlar hammasi mana mushundaq saatlar ozodlik mayaqda turib tursin, hatto mushundaq o'z erkinligini, o'zining mustaqilligini yoki o'ziningki erkinligi uchun mushundaq to'plashib bir faoliyat qilishga intizor bo'lib erishamagan minglagan, 10 minglagan qarindoshlarimiz erishamagan bu fursatga mana biz bugun ve bunundan burun ve onundan burun mayli 92. yılı, mayli onundan keyin yoki onundan aldıda bo'lsin, mushundaq tashkilotlarni qurgan tashkilotchilarimiz ve qahramonlarimiz, izbosarlarimiz ve aldıda manganlarimizning tashkillashi bilan shundaq fursatga erishyapmiz. Bugungi kunlik kelgan vaqtida onundan yuqori darajada tunugun Seyit Taranchi efendi o'tib ketdi. Erikten küçük su akıdı, onun için bu su köpüyüp ulguyup aktı. Degende hazır su köpüyüp ulguyup aktı. Ulguyup ekip bütün Amerika devletinin, Avrupa ellerinin, Garip ellerinin qo'llashiga erishish orqali va o'zimizmi shundoq imtiyozga erishish orqali mana ND'ning demokratiya erkinlik fondi jamiyatining mush bir ND'ning zalida Amerika hukumatining qo'llashi ostida mishada hammamiz to'plashib o'tirib o'z xalqimizning ozodligi uchun vaqirash va bizga Garip ellerideki siyasi oğullarının derslerini anlaş. Sen bunda kılıp dava kısan, sen halkının erkinlik açıksan diyen derslerini anlaş fırsatı eriştik. Muşundak fırsatlarga biz kaçın yüzgen yıllar ve 60 yıldan beri teşna boğan fırsatlarga biz eriştik. Bu kıymetli vakit ve bu kıymetli fırsat ve bu kıymetli uçuruşlarını biz nait kadirlep kıskıgına 8 gün içinde 8 ayda muzakir kılgandak, 8 yılda muzakir kılgandak, özümüzün akıl fikirlerimizni ekilip, yaxşı ügünüp, halkımızı kandak kılıp davada, biz halkımızı yaxşı yeteklep, erkinlik açıkımız. Kuruk şuar tolamdı, ya ki emli iş kıptıramdı halka. Emli iş kıptırganda biz kandak kıptırımız. Şuna bizge kursu dersi ötkenlerinin dersini yaxşı anlap, yaxşı suallarını koyup, aşı bizden kırındaşlarımız erişemegen fırsatla biz eriştik. Şu ottağın kırındaşlarımız, bütün halkın, 20 milyon Uyghur halkının, Şarkı Türkistan'daki kırındaş milletlerimizin ümit arzusunu kolumuzda tutup oturuptuk. Her birisimiz odattaki adam emez. Özümüz üstümüzge şereflik bir yükünü yüklügen, şu şereflik yükünün ödüsünün çıkışını özümüzün vicdani burçumuzda karalıgan adamlar. Bunda yolunu tallıvanmak onay emez. Bir adam için etki vaxtıda adam degen bu şartını toşkuzuşmu onay emez. Biz bu şartını hazırlayalıvatımız. 3 vaxt tamak yak kirip kessek mi kirip gitettik. Acayip alımlar, acayip profesörler bolsak mı 3 vaxt tamıkımızı yap. Şu özümüzün tatbikatımızdan yer şarkı hasip kuş kirip kessek mi kirip gitettik. Lekin hazır biz izilivatkan, gözüdün yaş ekivatkan, ingrap avazını dünyaya anlatamavatkan, kerindaşlarımızın avazını dünyaya anlatış pürüstünü ve şulanın vazifesini, şulanın arzusunu, şulanın hem armallarını üstümüzge elip, şundak bir şereflik vazife bilen en baxtlik adamlar bu sorunda oturuvatımız. Bizning etimiz bek oruk, Ötkür efendim etkandak. Yollarımız bek uzun. Lekin şundak oruk atlar bilen, şundak uzun çatkalı yollarını, şundak tosalgılarını, yani harmay tarmay karvan meni verip nişanğı yetkendek biz çokum nişanğı yetimiz. Biz az emezkenmiz. Ötkenlerde 50, 60, 30 diyen bolsak, bunu muşundak uzun yolga Amerika diyen dünyanın siyasi paytaxtı olan Amerika'ya bu kıtım Dünya Uyghur Kurultayı uyuştuğun muşu workshop yani kursa ve Dünya Uyghur Kurultayı'na bütün karındaşlarımızın mişayge kəgelligi muşlarının ki men halkımın yükünü üstümge alımen. Men halkımını azat kılmen. Men halkımı yardım kılmen diğerligi hemmisinin çıraydan çıkıp durdu. Şunun için 20 milyon halk namıdın ve üzeminin namıdın ve beni anı diğerliginler için beni ve Dünya Uyghur Kurultayı'nı kollap ve üzemlerini kollap bütün Uyghur halkının ve turumu diyetivatkan, turumunun teşrikiler olsun. Hemmisi yardım kuvatkallığı için ben çin köngümden sizlerge rahmet etmem. Özanlar bilirse, Guantanamo'nun ballarını yakında çıkarış aldıda turuvatıda azat kılımız dep. Deyilgendikin nurgun okşumuğan köz karışlar bilen talaş tartışlar bulup, akığı her ketim mi ketim akığı tatılıvatıda. O kerindaşlarınla bugün çıkan bolsa, Müslümanın katarın oldu. Oturardı, bugün Ruşen Abbas kızımız hanım, hazır Guantanamo'dan kepti. Ben nait hoş oldum, o Allah'ın salamını etti. Bana bugün biz mi Xudadan tileymiz ve mişelerde arzu kılımız o vallahi çıkıp, yani bir kıtım ki jığıllarımızda, ya ki jığıllarımızdan ahırıca bizning aramızda oturuşqa nisip qılar. Mening sözüm mişelde tamam oldu. Çünkü bugün biraz salametligim yaxşı emas. Qolgan gaplarni Dünya Uyghur Kurultayı'da sözlep biray. Rahmet sizlarga.
Thank you very much, and I'll do as accurate a translation as possible. Obviously, it's a very passionate and wonderful speech made by Ms. Rebiya Kadeer. And this is what she basically said. Greetings to you all, and thank you very much for all of you coming all the way from different countries to the United States to attend this very important conference on the 60th anniversary of China's military takeover of what we call East Turkestan. And today we are extremely grateful for the support of the National Endowment for Democracy, for the Unrepresented Nations and Peoples Organization, and also with the help of UAA and the International Uyghur Human Rights and Democracy Foundation. And with the support of all of these groups, we are able to make today's event possible. And I want to thank you all because you came all the way here using your own time and money to attend this very important conference. As you know, the World Uyghur Congress has always wanted to have a conference in Washington, the seat of international politics. And we tried to do that in the past, and it has been difficult for us. We did hold a couple of conferences and workshops in other parts of Europe, in the European Parliament, for example, in Brussels. And in each of our meetings, we sit down, we strategize, and we develop new policies, how to raise awareness of our peaceful struggle and let the world know about it and get as much support as we could. Of course, this is not an easy struggle. There has been sacrifices in the past from many Uyghurs, and we know still today hundreds of, if not thousands of Uyghurs are still in Chinese prisons, and they're in prison because they want to be exactly like you, to be part of this peaceful struggle, to be part of this conference even. So you are so blessed to be in this conference because many Uyghurs, they want freedom and they cannot speak freedom. They cannot even speak the name of East Turkestan because if they do so, the Chinese authorities, of course, immediately arrest them and put them in prison. So you represent the hopes and dreams of hundreds of thousands of even millions of Uyghurs and other ethnic groups who live under the tyranny of the People's Republic of China. Of course, the Chinese authorities gave us the purported autonomy, which is called Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. But there is really no substance in this autonomy. And when Uyghurs say that, of course, many are imprisoned. And the Uyghur people are being severely oppressed and persecuted by the Chinese government today. So this conference has such huge significance as it will examine the 6-decade-long Chinese policies, oppressive policies toward the Uyghur people. We know our struggle is not easy and the journey is long, but as small river will eventually become a big river and join the ocean, and we know our struggle will be like that. It used to be small, less known, now it's getting bigger and becoming well known with the support of our friends and allies in the U.S. and around the world. And we'll keep on peacefully and non-violently struggling our cause. And the important thing for us is less slogan and more real work instead of more slogan and less real work. So you are not only here representing yourself, but you are here representing the Uyghur people who are under PRC oppression. The famous Uyghur poet, he once said, our horse is skinny, the journey is long, cause is difficult, but at the end of the day, as long as we persist, we shall overcome. So I'm glad you all came here representing the Uyghur people. You are here to help struggle for your peaceful cause. You are here to help your own people. So that means a lot to us and to our people. And a side note is on Guantanamo, and Ms. Rushana Bus, who just came back from Guantanamo, she's here with us today. The Guantanamo Uyghurs, of course, send their greetings to us. I believe that if they were released early, they would probably be with us today in this very conference and be among you. And hopefully their cases will be handled soon, and they will be settled here or some other countries in Europe. And with that, I'll end my speech, and I thank you each and every one of you for coming to attend this very special conference. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Marino Busdachin, the General Secretary of UNPO, and Mr. Busdachin and his organization has been a long supporter of the Uyghur people and has been working closely with the World Uyghur Congress for the past several workshops. We are very grateful for their support and for their presence today. Mr. Busdachin.
Dear Rebiya and dear friends, I'm glad to be here in Washington today and grateful to have the opportunity to address you during today's important meeting on behalf of the Unrepresented Nation and People Organization, the UNPO. Uyghurs were one of the founder members of the UNPO in 1991 at the Peace Palace in The Hague. I'm proud also to convey to you the support and salutation of the other 56 members of the UNPO. Many of them share your persecution and oppression. First of all, I'd like to say that it is an honor and a privilege to be in a conference with such important and committed human rights defendants as Rebiya itself, Karl Gershman, and Hans Hogrefe, and the other distinguished panelists. Time will not consent an extensive and detailed introduction. I'll try to do my best to give you a picture, a sketch of the situation, perhaps not a very neutral one, considering my full support of the Uyghur struggle for freedom and democracy. Okay. Since 9/11, the international war against terrorism has firmly re-established full state sovereignty as the predominant principle in international relations. Undoubtedly, China has exploited the war against terrorism to justify its harsh repression in East Turkestan and in Tibet as well, and Inner Mongolia. Today, China greatly fears any step in the direction of self-determination, even the internal self-determination, such autonomy, which could become a new norm in international relations. China also feared that the doctrine of humanitarian intervention, or the most recent right to protect, was balancing or supplanting the doctrine of state of sovereignty. Despite some small-scale progress on the implementation of the right of minority, the Chinese government still fails to achieve a minimal standard of protection for minority in the most important and crucial areas of China. The People's Republic of China has identified and recognized 56 different ethnic groups. The population of various ethnic groups differs greatly. The Han ethnic group has the largest population. Those of the other 55 ethnic groups are relatively small, so they are customarily referred as the ethnic minorities. According to the census conducted in the year 2000, the 56 ethnic group minority groups totaled 104.49 million, accounting for 8.41% of the entire population of China. They occupy over 60% of the country's total landmass, primarily along international borders. Minority areas are often located in resource-rich regions. Around 40 of the groups have ethnic counterparts abroad, making the assurance of their loyalty a strategic concern of the Chinese government. The Constitution and the 1984 Regional Ethnic Autonomy Law guarantee numerous rights to minorities, including self-government within designated autonomous areas. Chinese authorities do not clearly distinguish between the peaceful expression of autonomist or separatist sentiment and terrorism, creating additional pressures on religious practice to do not embrace Chinese nationalism. Religious freedoms in China are mostly denied. Many major human rights violations are continuously reported to the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva, and the situation is not improving, as in evidenced by the impressive list of submissions to the United Nations Human Rights Council during the Universal Periodic Review the Universal Periodic Review a couple of months ago in Geneva. 50 million Protestant Christians, 12 million Roman Catholics, 20 million Muslims, and the Tibetan Buddhist people are de facto denied their fundamental human right to practice their religion in freedom. China's government and the Chinese Communist political system have had less tolerance for autonomous social or political groups than at any time in Chinese history, a history not noted for any such tolerance. But what I want to underline today is one of the greatest threats to the Uyghur people, culture and environment, and is the massive influx of Chinese civilians and military personnel into East Turkestan, especially through population transfer programs. Based on China official statistics, in 1955, Uyghurs made up 74.7% of the total population of the Uyghurs Autonomous Region only, and the Han Chinese accounted for 6.1%. Today, Uyghurs make up of 45% and Han Chinese 41% of the population, a number that, as many international observers have pointed out, chronically underestimate military personnel and the larger unregistered floating population of displaced Chinese peasants seeking work. With this large influx of migrants, the Uyghur language is being pushed out of any public sphere. Furthermore, the changing landscape with Uyghur urban center threatens the preservation of traditional Uyghur culture and lifestyle. According to the People's Republic of China statistic, in 2007, an estimated 100,000 people from autonomous Uyghur region were working outside of the autonomous region, mostly women. This transfer policy of intimidating the women and their family members in order to compel them to relocate can clearly be considered as a forced transfer population practice. As a result of China's population transfer policy, Uyghurs have been marginalized in economic, educational, political and social spheres, and the cultural tradition of Uyghur people continues to be threatened. Transfer population is a silent form of oppression and annihilation of culture, religion and tradition of a people. Secondly, it is a crime. The International Tribunal for Former Yugoslavia, ICTY, clearly stated and defined it as so being referencing the transfer population policy in Bosnia and Herzegovina in the former Yugoslavia. The situation today is that the Uyghurs are becoming a minority, or they are a minority, an oppressed minority in their own land. And with only a non-violent civil resistance is the Uyghurs' answer to the increasing oppression and annihilation of their culture and their rights. Currently, and thanks even to economic war crisis, many powerful democratic countries are diminishing their support to the Uyghurs and Tibetan cause due to the continuous economic blackmail that China practices with success in Europe as well as in America. Many are developing a kind of sympathetic attitude to China's economic progress and tend to diminish the importance of the harsh policy against Uyghurs or Tibetans. Are they going to be changed for the better or for the worse? It depends. If you like to see the glass half empty or half full, my opinion is that the glass is still full empty. But I forgot one page, and I have to restart to read. This not doesn't make a lot of sense. The Chinese law about autonomy also guarantee minorities greater control over local economic development than was allowed in non-autonomous areas, the right to manage and protect local natural resources, and the right to organize local public security force. The implementation of the region ethnic autonomy law has varied greatly across China. The Chinese government systematically denies some minorities their legal rights and arbitrarily arrests their members for exercising legally protected freedoms. The government has particularly failed to uphold the legal rights of minorities living in the Uyghur, in the Tibetan and the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region and the Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region. China's constitution guarantees protection of normal religious activity. Despite this guarantee, the state requirement that religion be congruent with patriotism has led to a widespread repression of religion and doesn't consent to many Muslims to practice the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. In Tibetan and Uyghur areas where people are trying to exercise their right to have an internal self-determination and where genuine autonomy sentiment often is interwoven with religious conviction, state repression of religion is particularly harsh. I want to conclude my intervention after stating something that can seem pretty pessimist on the condition of the Uyghur people in China. But I do believe that a new chapter in the history of the Uyghur, a better defined and strategic struggle for a genuine autonomy of Uyghurs, at least in the Uyghur Autonomous Region, it will lead to a new season of struggle for the Uyghur people. It will be perhaps much more difficult, less fascinating than past position in favor of a separatist and independent Uyghurs from China. But I want to quote some words that an eminent academia professor, friend of the Uyghurs that many of you know, Professor Iksa Siko, who cannot be present today here, quoting since in The Hague or Berlin a couple of years ago, saying that, dear Uyghur fellow, question is no more of a revival. There is no more chance for any revival for the Uyghur people in China. There is only a difficult struggle and a difficult path to survival, to consent the Uyghur people to survive as a people, the Uyghur culture, religions, tradition, lifestyle to survive and to climb their existence in China today. The future could be to reach a decent level, a decent degree of a possible autonomy that today is not written in any paper or in any pronouncement of the Chinese government. But this is the way in which the international community can strongly support the Uyghur as well the Tibetan or even Inner Mongolia request. Is a dialogue, and a dialogue means that it's not only a peaceful dialogue. It could be a contrast, it could be a context, but the Uyghur are reaching a powerful new step in their struggle for freedom and for democracy in their own region and in China too. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Busdachin. Ben hem de bu efendimden degan so'zni qisqacha tarjima qilib beray. Nihoyat yaxshi muhim gaplarni qildi. Hamda Busdachin efendining deyishi hamda bu UNPO yana vakolatsiz millatlar tashkiloti 1991 yili, ya'ni Den Haag'ning o'sha tinchlik sarayida qurilgan bo'lib, uning qurg'uvchilarining biri Uyg'urlar. Buning da hozir uning 50-60 a'zosi bo'lib, 50-60 ning ko'pinchisining siyosiy vaziyati o'sha Uyg'urlarga, Tibetlarga asosan o'xshaydi. Hamda bugungi so'rinda bo'lsa, men Karl Gershman apandi, yana Hans Hografy, Rebiya xonim qatorliq nihoyatda mashhur arboblar bilan bir so'rin o'tog'ini nihoyat qo'shilaman. Anikin Uyg'urlarning vaziyatini hozir bir o'tab ketsak, bir tushuntirib o'tab ketsak, men albatta tashkilotimning vakolatan Uyg'urlarning o'zining erkinligi, demokratiyasi va kishilik huquq uchun qilayotgan davosini va ko'rishini to'liq qo'llayman. Hamma o'zinglar bilgandek, 11-noyabrdan keyin yana dunyoda terrorizm qarshi kurash boshlangandan keyin har bir davlatning egilik huquq masalasi asosli o'rinda turdi. Xalqaro siyosatda. Xitoy hukumati albatta bundan to'liq foydalanib, Uyg'urlarni 11-noyabrdan keyin shu terrorizmning bahonasi bilan ham ba'zi Tibetliklarni, ishki Mo'ng'ullarni, hamda bu ish xalqqa qarta keng ko'lamli bostirishni ilib bordi. Ham 11-noyabrdan keyin yana bo'libmi shu harbiy millatning o'z taqdirini belgilash masalasi bu bir muhim o'rinni olmagan bir qo'shimcha bir masala bo'lib qoldi. Chunki nurg'un davlatlar buni qo'llamaydigan, hem kaynada turgan, hem ilgirki yana insonparvarlik bir davlatning ishiga aralashish masalalarida bular aralashmaydigan, davlatning egilik huquqini asosan cho'ng bilgan bir xil vaziyat kelib chiqdi. Albatta Xitoy hukumati hech qanday bir millatning Uyg'ur bo'lsin, Tibet bo'lsin, boshqalar bo'lsin, ularning kishilik huquqini qo'g'damaydi, ham qo'g'dab kelmadi. Hamda Xitoyda sizlar bilgandek, Xitoy hukumati bizda 56 millat bor deydi. Asosligi Xitoy o'zi qolgan 55 millatni osonlik millat deb qaraydi. 2000-yildagi ham nopus tekshirish qaraganda bu 55 millat yana osonlik millatlar atalmish. Bularning soni faqat 149 million atrofida bo'lib, bular Xitoy nopusining around 8.4%ni egallaydi. Yana qolgan ko'p qismi bo'lsa, bular Xitoy nopusi. Bu yerda ham bu osonlik millatlarning turish rayonlari asosan bugungi Xitoyning chegara rayonlari bo'lib, bular Xitoy territoriyasining 60% ortiq yeri mush osonlik millatlarning. Bu millatlar turish joylarida yer osti usti boyliqlarning oidi ko'p bo'lib, Xitoy hukumati buni bir bexatar o'zining bexatar uchun taklif qaragani uchun ularni qattiq bostirib kelmoqda. Gerçi Xitoyning asosiy qonuniy va avtonomiya qonunida har bir avtonomiyaga ega millatlarning, xalqlarning o'z taqdirini o'zini idora qilish huquqi ham avtonomiya nahiyasi degandeklarni belgilash huquqi deb berilgan bo'lsa-mu, ammo Xitoy hukumati faqat o'zining bu rayonlarni texnik yaxshi kontrol qilish uchun foydalanmoqda. Hamda Xitoy hukumatining yana bir men o'ylayman ayati bir muhim bir masala bo'lsa, Xitoy hukumati mush 11-noyabrdan keyin mush Uyg'urlarning ishida birsi tinchlik bilan o'zining huquqini, haq huquqini hamda Xitoyning asosiy qonun va avtonomiya qonunida berilgan haq huquqini qo'llash uchun faoliyat ilib borgan Uyg'urlarni atalmish shu bölgünçiler ham terroristlar degan guruhga tiqib bular tinchlik bilan harakat ilib borganlarni zo'ravonlik bilan harakat ilib borganlar bilan bir turda qarab, bir tayoqda edib, ularni keng ko'lamli bostirib, tutib, solab, hatto nurg'unlarni etib tashladi. Hamda Xitoy hukumati hamda shuningdan sirt yana Uyg'urlarning dinini qattiq dafsan qildi. Ondan keyin yaqinda bo'lsa, hamda Xitoy hukumatining bu kishilik huquqni, diniy erkinlikni keng ko'lamli dafsan qilish masalasi hamda bu Xitoyning bir ishki masalasi bilan bo'lib qolmay, xalqaro diqqat qilinadigan Birlashgan Davlatlar Tashkilotining nazar solgan bir masala bo'lib, o'sha yaqin 2-oyda mana Jenevada bu Xitoylarniki kishilik huquq masalasi o'tirib qo'yildi. Uningda nurg'un tashkilotlar o'zining dokladlarini avatdi, shuningda biz avatdik. Ondan keyin nurg'un davlatlar Xitoy hukumatining kishilik masalasini o'tirib qo'yib, Xitoy hukumatini qattiq tanqidladi. Ammo shunda bo'lsa Xitoy hukumati yana o'dak suv yo'qmagandek o'zining ishini o'zining ziyonkashligini davomlashtirmoqda. Hamda Xitoy hukumatining yana bir noposta, yana 1955-yilda bergan noposta Sharq Turkestonda hamda Uyg'urlarning nopusi shu chaqda Xitoyning statistikaga qaraganda 74.7% bo'lib, bu yerda Xitoyning nopusi 6.1%. Lekin hamda Xitoy hukumati 60 yildan yoqi o'zining Xitoy nopusini keng ko'lamli Sharq Turkestonga besib akilish orqali hozir Uyg'urlar o'zining vatanida bir osonlik millat bo'lib qilish oldi turmoqda. Ya'ni ki shu yaqinqi statistikaga qaraganda Xitoy hukumatining aytishicha Uyg'urlar 45% bo'lib, Xitoy nopusi bu yerda 41%miş. Onundan sir, ananikin Bu Xitoy hukumatı bu nopusni tekshirishni ilib borgan vaqtida bu yerda Xitoyning harbiy qismlarini va Xitoyning ishkirdan kirib jon beqish uchun kelgan ma'murlarni o'z ishiga olmagan. Bu deganlik endi Xitoy nopusi balkim Uyg'urlardan jiq demoqchi. Bu orqali Xitoy hukumatı Uyg'urlarni muvaffaqiyatli holda Uyg'urlarni o'zining zaminida bir osonlik millat qilib shakllantirib, nopusning ko'pligi va hokimiyatning kuchliligi sababidan Uyg'urlarni qadam-qadam o'zining tilidan, dinidan, madaniyatidan, urf-odatidan an'anasini yo'qotadigan bir xil vaziyatni keltirib chiqarmoqda. Bir misol olsam, ya'ni 2006 yili mening bilishimcha Xitoy hukumati majburiy Sharq Turkistondan 100 mingdan ortiq Uyg'ur qizni shikir o'lgirlarga majburiy yo'tkab berib, u to'y ishidagi qizlarni bu yerga yo'tkab, Sharq Turkistondagi Uyg'ur nopusini bag'ansira azaytmoqda. Buningdan sirt endi mening eng chong andisharim bo'lsa, endi nopus ko'chirish degan garchi qaramoqqa bir normal bir ishdak bo'lsa-mu, bu Birlashgan Davlatlar Tashkilotimi ilgari shu Yugoslaviyaning shu Bosniyaga o'zining millatini kirgizib, nopusni ko'paytib, qolgan millatlarni asta-asta assimilyatsiya qilish siyosatini yurgizganda BDT ularni qattiq ayiblagan. Endi Xitoy hukumati shu nopusning sonining kuchlikligi, ko'pligi orqali hozir bag'ansiri Uyg'urlarni bir millat sifatida o'z zimmidan ishtirib chiqarmoqda. Endi uningdan sirt yana yaqinqi xalqaro iqtisodiy krizismi bu Xitoy hukumatining Uyg'ur xalqi, Tibet xalqi va ishki Mo'ng'ul xalqiga qaratgan ziyonkashlikni kuchaytirishga bir sabab bo'ldi. Buning asosli sababi ya'ni g'arb ellari ilgari Xitoy hukumatini qattiq ayiblaydigan davlatlar bo'lsa, hozirgi sharoitda o'zining iqtisodiy ehtiyoji sababidan Xitoy hukumatiga qattiq Xitoy hukumatining kishilik huquq masalasini qattiq burunqidek ayiblamaydigan bo'ldi. Shunga bu Uyg'urlarga, Tibetlarga va Xitoyning qo'lida ezilgan boshqa millatlarga bir xil nachar vaziyatni olib keldi. Endi hozirgi vaziyatni yaxshi demdik, yomon demdik, endi shu uni bir qarash masalasida, ya'ni uni bir stakanning ichida endi yerimi to'lgan bo'lsa, uni yerimi quruq deb qaramdik yo yerimi to'lgan deb qaramdik. Men uni yerimi quruq deb qarayman, endi bo'sh, ya'ni shuningga endi Xitoy hukumati hozirgacha Uyg'urlarning har bir qonuniy talablarini hamda o'zining avtonomiya huquqini rad qilib, sistemalik holda Uyg'urlarning hamma huquqini dafsan qilib kelmoqda. O'zining hatto Xitoy bergan huquqini talab qilgan Uyg'urni tutib, xohlaganda itib tashlamoqda. Yani onundan sırt elbette Uyg'urlarning normal diniy faoliyatlari, masalan, haj faoliyatlarini bo'g'ib, qattiq kontrol qilmoqda. Endi diniy sababdan maydonga kirib chiqqan har qanday Uyg'urni, ya'ni diniy jihatdan tutib solab qilmoqda. Endi men aytib bir umidsiz bir vaziyatni tushundiganda qildim, ammo meningcha yana Uyg'urlarning inqilobida davosida yana bir bob ochilmoqda deb qarayman. Endi bundan keyin Uyg'urlar uchun endi o'zining shu bir bo'lgunchilik bir faoliyat olib berishi yoki mustaqillik faoliyat olib berishi asosan mumkin emas hozirgi vaziyatda. Ammo Uyg'urlarning o'zining oliy avtonomiyani xalqaroning yordami bilan talab qilish huquqi bu mavjud deb o'ylayman. Agar Uyg'urlar davomli holda endi Xitoy hukumati albatta Uyg'urlarga bir oliy avtonomiya beramiz deb bir daftarning bir yeriga yozib qo'ygan yo'q. Ammo Uyg'urlar davomli holda o'zining qonuniy huquqini talab qilsa, xalqaroning yordami bilan meningcha ijroq bo'lmagan kelgusida Uyg'urlarga cho'qim Xitoy hukumati balki ma'molning sizligidan Uyg'urlarga hozirga qaraganda o'zining dinini, o'zining madaniyati, an'anasi, urf-odati, tili va hayot yo'lini qo'g'dab qoladigan bir avtonomiya berish mumkinchiligi bor deb qarayman. Endi men oxirida bizning bir do'stimiz, ya'ni Dunyo Uyg'ur qurultayini uzundan beri qo'llab kelgan isroillik professor Yitzhak Shig'ur apandining ilgari degan so'zni yana qaytsamanglarga sab qo'yma. Endi u o'tgan qitim yig'inimiz qatnashib degan chog'da endi Uyg'urlarning endi qaytadan bosh ko'tarib bir mustaqil davlat qurish bir fursati asosan yo'q hozirgi vaziyatda. Chunki Uyg'urlar hozir uchrayotgan siyosiy vaziyat bir mustaqil davlat qurish vaziyati bo'lmasdan o'zini bir ayrim bir millat sifatida o'zini saqlab qolish masalasidir. Shuningga hozir eng muhimi Uyg'urlar o'zini qanday qilib Xitoyning shunday dahshatli ziyonkashlik ostida o'zini o'ziga xos ayrim bir madaniyati bor, dini bor, tili bor bir millat qilib qo'g'dab qilishdan iborat. Shunga meningcha Uyg'urlar mushning uchun kurash qilsa, hem g'arb ellari xalqarалық jamiyat Uyg'urlarni keyin qo'llab bersa, meningcha tinchlik dialoglar bilan ishonamanki bir kuni Uyg'urlarmi cho'qim o'zi bir oliy avtonomiyaga ola olishi mumkin. Rahmat. Hamda men shu Amerika davlatlik demokratiya fondi jamiyatining prezidenti bizni uzundan yoqqa qo'llab kelayotgan, yana bizning 4 tashkilotimizga mablag' berayotgan rais Gershman apandini taklif qilmoqchi. Now I would like to invite NED President Mr. Karl Gershman, a great supporter of the Uyghur people and all of our organizations. Thank you. I'll just sit there and do it.
Great. Aleem is such a terrific translator that I want him, rather than to have to summarize everything all at once, to do it sequentially. So he's agreed to do that.
Shu olim tarjimani ayt obdan qildi, shuni men keyinga turib, yezib qolgan o'rnida o'tiribman. Men qilib deb taklif qildim. Thank you.
I want to begin, first of all, by welcoming all of you to the National Endowment for Democracy and by congratulating all of you in the organization of this important meeting, which is assessing the situation of the Uyghur people 60 years after the communists took over power in China.
Men aldı bilan hammalarning shu Amerika davlatlik demokratiya fondi jamiyatiga qadam tashlab qolganlarni qizg'in qarshi olaman. Ham bugungi kunda bu nihoyatda muhim yig'in ochganlarni muboraklayman. Ya'ni bu yig'in albatta Xitoy kommunistlar hokimiyat beshib chiqqan 60 yildan beri Uyg'ur xalqiga qilgan zulmini endi bir ko'zdan kechirish uchun ichilgan nihoyatda bir muhim yig'indir.
It's possible to say that the people of China, the majority of the people in China's their lives have improved since Mao died in 1976, but I don't think it's possible to say that of the Uyghur people.
Yani Xitoyning burunqi sobiq raisi Mao'ning 1976-yili o'lgandan keyin yana Xitoy xalqining ko'p qismining turmushi yaxshilandi deb aytqilib bo'ldi, ammo Uyg'urlarning vaziyati undagidek bo'lmaydi.
A lot of you have been reading in the press the last few days about the publication of the memoir of Xiao Zhang, the premier of China during the Tiananmen uprising, who was removed from power because he opposed the military attack upon the demonstrators in Tiananmen Square.
Bir qancha kundan ilgari Xitoyning sobiq baş ministri Zhao Ziyang'nki 1989 yılında harbiy kuch orqali Mustaqil maydonidagi o'quvchilarni bostirish to'g'risida yozilgan xotirasi e'lon qilindi.
Louisa Cohen has been giving me an education on the Uyghur situation, and she gave me this book by James Millward, Eurasian Crossroads: A History of the Xinjiang, which has an interesting story about Xiao Zhang.
Lekin bizning Louisa xonim mana bu Uyg'urlarning masalasini yaxshi tushunish uchun shu professor James Millwardning Uyg'urlar to'g'risida yozgan, ya'ni Yevro Osiyo o'rtasidagi Uyg'urlar Xinjiang to'g'risida bergan kitobni men bergan. Men u yerda shu Zhaojiang to'g'risida bir yana o'qib qoldim.
It has to do with what Millward calls the way in which the Uyghur people engage in subtle dissent because they can't speak openly against the authorities.
Buningda Uyg'urlarning nihoyatda aqlliq bilan Xitoy hukumatiga qarshi turgan bir mazmun yozilgan, chunki Uyg'urlar albatta Xitoy hukumatiga hozirgi sharoitda ochiq oshkora qarshi tura olmaydi.
They tell political jokes and sing allegorical songs.
Ular shu siyosiy chaqchaqlarni qilib, ba'zi naqshlarni aralashtirib Xitoy hukumatini ayblamaydi, yandan ayblaydigan narsalarni qilgan.
And one of these jokes has the General Secretary of the Communist Party after 1989, Jiang Zemin, offering to rehabilitate Xiao Zhang, who was put under house arrest and stayed there, by the way, until his death in 2005, to rehabilitate Xiao Zhang by making him vice chairman of China.
Bundan ki bir çaqçaqda hem de şunun edepte Ayşe Xitayning sobiq raisi yani Jiang Zemin şu Zhao Ziyangni bunga hem de ilaqi yaxshilik qilish uchun yani u hem de Zhao Ziyang 2005-yilda hem de şu turmada o'ldi. Qilish ham bunga bir ham bunda yaxshicha ko'rsatish uchun uni bir Xitoyning muavin raisi qilmoqchi bo'ptimish.
And Zhao Ziyang shouts back angrily at Jiang Zemin, I am not a Uyghur.
U Zhao Ziyang debdi, menim deb muavin bo'lmayman, men Uyg'ur bo'lsam debdi.
Meaning, of course, that the Uyghurs are always second-class citizens.
Uyg'urlar davomliq shu ikkinchi qo'l grajdan deb qaraladi.
And he's not going to take a second-class position.
Shuna u ikkinchi darajalik bir o'rinni egallashni xohlamabdi.
Well, you've already heard something about the way in which the Uyghur people, the different ways in which they suffer discrimination, persecution, and repression.
Albatta sizlar Uyg'urlarning o'xshash bo'lmagan usulda Xitoy hukumatining kamsitilishi va ziyonkashligi uchrashish masalasini obdan bilasizlar.
And this conference will review all of these different aspects of the way in which the Uyghur people are repressed.
Hamda bu bugungi yig'inda albatta shu Uyg'urlarning o'xshash bo'lmagan shaklda ziyonkashlik uchirish masalasini sizlar qizg'in munozara qilsizlar.
It has an economic and a social dimension.
Uningda iqtisodiy va ijtimoiy taraflari bor.
Where all the jobs are given to the Han Chinese, the good jobs, and where there's no investment in health or in education for the Uyghur people.
Hem yaxshi xizmatlarning hammasi o'zini Xitoyga berdi. Uyg'urlarning ma'rifi, sog'liqni saqlash va qolgan jihatlarda Xitoy hukumati hech mablag' solmaydi.
It has an educational dimension where the Uyghur language is being eliminated in the education of children and at the university level.
Lekin Uyg'urlarning ziyonkashligida albatta ma'rif masalasi bor, chunki Xitoy hukumati Uyg'urning tilini amaldan qoldirib, hozir boshlang'ichdan tortib, shu oliy maktabgacha Uyg'urlar o'zining tilini ishlatamaydi.
And there's so-called patriotic re-education of the Uyghur people so that they will abide by the ideology of the Communist Party.
And Xitoy hukumatining davomli qilib borgan shu vatanparvarlik siyosiy urinishlar bor orqali Uyg'urlarni endi kallasini yuvib Xitoyning kommunist ideyasini Uyg'urlarga tangdi.
There is a rewriting of history where anything that showed a Uyghur presence in Xinjiang before the Han Chinese colonial settlements is simply eliminated from history, and books which describe that history or which speak of Uyghur craftsmanship or culture are simply eliminated.
And Xitoy hukumati uning nasib, ya'ni tarixni qaytadan yozib yoki burmilab Uyg'urlarning yana Xinjiang atalmish Xinjiang rayoniga Xitoydan burun kelgan har qanday tarixni bular o'chirib yo'q chiqarib yoki shu to'g'risida yozilgan kitoblarni bular yana Uyg'urlarning hatto qo'l hunar vanlik kitoblari to'g'risida yozilgan narsalarni Xitoylar yo'qotib tashladi.
The Kashgar Daily reported in 2002 that there were 330 such banned books, and many of these books in 2002 were put into a pile and burned, including, I might note, histories by Turgan Almas, books on crafts and culture.
Ondan keyin o'sha Qashqar kunlik yezdining 2002-yil bergan bir xabarda Qashqar shu yerda ular 330 xil Uyg'urlarning o'xshash bo'lmagan kitobini, yana Turgan Almas apanining Uyg'urlar to'g'risida Uyg'urlar degan kitobi ham Uyg'ur hunarmandlik to'g'risida bir qancha turdagi kitoblarni Ayshada maydonga ko'tarib kelib, hammasini biraqlam kuydirib tashlagan.
According to the infamous document number 7 issued in 1996, the state took control of religion and of mosques. There was people were not permitted to practice their Muslim religion.
Ondan keyin Xitoy hukumati 1996-yili o'tirib qo'ygan, ya'ni 700 nomerlik bir yomon bir hujjatda qaraganda Xitoy hukumati shu chaqdan boshlab barliq diniy organlarni qattiq boshqarish bo'libmi, mechitlarni boshqarish orqali Uyg'urlarning diniy e'tiqodini bag'ansitirib bo'g'di.
This destruction of Uyghur identity has taken the form more recently of the demolition of the traditional Uyghur buildings in the Kashgar Old City.
Xitoy hukumati hamda masalan o'sha yaqinda Qashqar Ko'nishanni chiqish orqali Uyg'urlarning o'zining milliy salohiyatini bag'ansiri qadam-qadam yo'qotmoqda.
Involving the relocation of 220,000 people.
Xitoy hukumati hamda Qashqa Koni shahriga 220 mingdan ortiq Uyg'urni mush sabab bilan boshqa yerga yo'tmoqchi bo'ldi.
The Kashgar Old City is one of the few remaining centers of traditional Uyghur culture and religion. The homes, the bazaars, the centers of worship, including the 600-year-old Eid-Ka Mosque, are being destroyed.
Xitoy hukumati hamda mushu Uyg'urlarning eng oxirgi eshib qolgan bir qancha bir madaniy markazlardan bo'lgan bu rayonni ham diniy markazlardan bo'lgan bu Uyg'urlarning bu Koni shahrini buzib, yo'qotib qilyotdi. Hamda bu yerda yana birisi Uyg'urlarning 600 yildan yoqi chiqib turib turgan Eid-Ka masjidi bor.
The Washington Post reported on March 24th, quoting Professor Wu Jiangting of Beijing, the Beijing School of Geography, university in Beijing, a Chinese professor. He said, and I quote, "The old town also reflects the Muslim culture of the Uyghurs very well. It has the original taste and flavor without any changes. Here, Uyghur culture is attached to those raw earth buildings. If they are torn down, the affiliated culture will be destroyed."
Anakin bu şu Washington Post'a yakına çıkan haberde onunda bu şu Beijing Üniversitesi'nin bir coğrafya Xitoy profesörünü ziyaret kılan Wu Jiangting degan. O şu yerden ayette obdanga kılan o degende yani bu Uygurlarning bu qadimki uyları muş Uygur medeniyetini tushundirdi. Eğer bu Uygurlarning qadimki bu uyları buzilib chiqilib ketgan cheksa Uygurlarning medeniyeti shuning bilan tang yo'qoldi degan.
And not least, the Uyghur people have been redefined as an ethnic group and not a nationality.
Yani bununda Xitoy hukumati Uygurlarni bir asonlik bir odatki bir millat etnik millat qilib ko'rsatib, buni bir iliq bir davlatga tava bir xalq emas qilib chiqarib boradi.
And all of this is in addition to the actual repression, the armed physical repression that has been taking place in East Turkestan.
Bu narsalarning yuz berganda, yani bir vaqtda Xitoy hukumati albatta Uyg'urlarni yana hamma jihatda qattiq kontrol qilib bostirgan bir vaqtda yuz berayotgan ishlar bu.
The Chinese government defines this repression as a war against terrorism, but it began long before September the 11th, 2001.
Xitoy hukumati o'zining ziyonkashligini Uyg'urlarga qaratgan, ya'ni terrorizm qarshi kurash deb tushuntiryapti. Ammo Xitoy hukumatining Uyg'urlarga qarata ilib bo'lgan ziyonkashligi 11-sentabrdan necha 10 yil burun boshlab bo'lgan.
The disturbances in Bahrain took place in April of 1990 in response to the Chinese family policy of limiting families, size of families.
Mana masalan 1990 4 ayda aprelda yana Uyg'urlarning o'sha Bahraynga Uyg'urlar qo'shilib, endi Xitoyning planliq to'g'ri siyosatiga qarshi qo'zg'algan.
The Urumqi bus bombings took place in the 1990s, long before 9/11.
Urumqida portlagan bir qancha avtobusmi 11-sentabr bo'lishdan nurg'un yil burun bo'lgan.
And of course, the most important incident was the banning in 1995 of the mashrab, these traditional gatherings with musical presentations, soccer leagues. It's a way in which the Uyghur community, was trying to combat the alcoholism, drug abuse that took place among unemployed youth. And the Chinese government banned the mashrab, and there was an uprising in February of 1997, in which the troops fired into a crowd, killing 30 people. And some 200 people, according to Amnesty International, a report that was issued in 1999. In February of 1997, 200 people were executed as a result of these disturbances in reaction to the banning of the mashrab.
Yani birinchi bo'lsa, yana Xitoy hukumati 1995-yildan boshlab Uyg'urlarning an'anaviy faoliyati bo'lgan mashrabni qattiq cheklashga boshlagan. Shu chog'da g'uljilik Uyg'urlar bo'lsa, bu ichimlik chekimlikni cheklash uchun o'zlari yig'ilib mashrab ilib berib, futbol musobaqalarini ilib berib, qanchalik Xitoy hukumati uni cheklash orqali Eng ahiri Uyghur halkı 1997 yılı 2. yani fevralda Xitoy hukumatiga qarshi bu to'g'risida norozilik bildirgan chog'da Xitoy hukumati askar hay'ati bilan qattiq bostirish orqali nima xalqaro kechirim tashkilotining 1999 yil aprel chiqargan dokladida bildirishicha u naq maydoni shu chog'da bir 30 dan ortiq Uyg'urni o'ldirib, nurg'un Uyg'urlarni tutgan. Andan keyingi bir 2 yilning ichida 200 dan ortiq Uyg'urni Xitoy hukumati etib tashlagan.
It was in 1996 that China organized the Shanghai Five, which was a precursor to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And its purpose was not to combat terrorism, but to repress the Uyghur people.
Yani 1996 yılı Xitoy hukumati boshlig'ida Shanghai 5 degan tashkilotni qurdi. Andan keyin u albatta Shanghai hamkorlik tashkiloti deb ataldi. Endi Xitoy hukumatining maqsadi bo'lsa atalmish terrorizmni bostirish emas, Uyg'urni bostirishdi.
And the scale of the military exercises in East Turkestan in August of 2007, with 6,500 troops being sent into East Turkestan, shows that its purpose was not fighting terrorism as much as it was to control the population in East Turkestan.
Sharqiy Turkistonda 2005 yil Xitoy hukumatining ilib borgan keng ko'lamdagi harbiy manevriga qaraganda ular 6000 dan ortiq askar unga aralashgan. Bu orqali ko'ngil bo'ldiki Xitoy hukumatining maqsadi bo'lsa atalmish terrorizmni bostirish emas, Uyg'ur xalqini bostirishdir.
It's the claim by the Chinese government that the Uyghur people, as long as they maintain their separate identity, cannot be integrated into China and are a disloyal people.
Xitoy hukumatining aytishicha, Uyg'urlar o'ziga xos ana shu milliy salohiyatni saqlab qolsa, u Xitoyning bir qismi bo'la olmay, ular shu ayrılmış Xitoydan ayrılmış deb Xitoyga tahdid qilish mumkin.
The last panel at this conference will deal with this issue of meaningful autonomy, of how you can reconcile ethnic or national identity with being part of a larger country, a larger culture.
Bugünkü projenin en ahir kısmında yani şu haqiqiy avtonomiya to'g'risida so'zlaydiganda hamda mushundaq bir millatning bir aşındaq bir qudratlik bir davlat ostida o'zining milliy salohiyatini yoki o'ziga xos davlatlik salohiyatini qanday saqlab qolish to'g'risida albatta sizlar muzokara qilasizlar.
But I want to call your attention now to something that is in the paper today, which is the report on the elections that just took place in India.
Ben bugün sizlarga bugünkü gezdi chiqqan xabarni, ya'ni Hindistonda bo'lgan saylam to'g'risidagi xabarni sizlarga bir aytib o'tay.
India has the second largest Muslim population in the world, 140 million people.
Hindistonda dunyo bo'yicha ikkinchi cho'ng musulmon nüfusi bor, ya'ni ularning nüfusi 140 milliondan ortiq.
And they voted overwhelmingly for the victorious Congress Party in the Indian elections.
Ular ko'pinchisi ya'ni shu Victorious Congress partiyasiga bilet tashlagan bu qitim saylandi.
And they did so because the opposition BJP gave indications that it would be hostile to the Muslim minority.
Chunki bu BJP degan yana o'qituvchi guruhlar ular ham musulmonlarni sal qarshi partiya bo'lganligi uchun bularga bilet tashlanmadi.
One of the candidates saying that that they should cut off the hands of Muslims who harmed a Hindu.
Ularning bilishicha ham Hindilarga ziyonkashlik qilgan musulmonlarning qo'lini kesish deb qaraydi.
And he was not repudiated by the BJP.
Lekin bu BJP partiyasini uni ayblamaydi.
And as a result, Congress won the election.
Shu sababdan yana bir abay deb ketgan partiya, Congress partiyasi, u saylamda chiqdi.
The minority in India is a loyal, democratic minority in India.
Şu Hindistondagi asonliq musulmonlar, u yerga bir demokratik musulmonlar. To'g'ri.
There's no contradiction between maintaining that identity as a minority and being a loyal part of a democratic society.
Shuningga o'ziniki ya'ni milliy yoki diniy salohiyatni saqlab qolish bilan birga hamda davlatga sodiq bo'lish u birga mavjud bo'lib tura oladi.
When I visited India for the first time in 1996, it was on the eve of the celebration of 50 years of Indian democracy. I met with many people in India, and the message that I heard over and over again is, we're not democratic because you want us to be democratic. We're democratic because it's a matter of survival as a multilingual, multi-ethnic country. The only way we can survive is by being democratic.
Ben tunji qitim 1996 yili Hindistonni ziyorat qildim. U chaqda yana Hindistonniki naqshu demokratik bir davlat bo'lishiga 50 yil bo'lgan vaqtda. Men berib bu Hindistonliklar bilan paranglashgan chaqda nurg'unlar menga aytdiki, biz bu yerda demokratik davlat bo'lishimizga sabab bargiz sizlar yoki Amerika bizni demokratik bo'linglar deganligidan emas. Balki bizning bu yerda bu ko'p tillik, ko'p millatlik bir davlat bo'lish bo'lganligi uchun biz o'zimizni saqlab qolish uchun bir demokratik shunday davlat sistemasi asosida o'zimizni saqlab qola olamiz deb shunday deb tushundim.
And the same answer that India found is also the answer for China.
Shuningga Xitoyga ham shu o'xshash narsa javob bo'la oladi.
China will be a stronger country with democracy, a more unified country.
Xitoy demokratik bir davlat bo'lsa, texmi qudratli, texmi bir bir davlat bo'lib shakllanib tura oladi.
Some of you may know that last December the 10th on International Human Rights Day, some 300 Chinese intellectuals announced the Charter 08, a charter of democracy for China.
Nurg'unlar bilishinglar mumkin. O'tgan yili yana 12 oyning 10-kuni BDTning kishilik huquq kuni 300 dan ortiq Xitoy ziyoli yana 2008-yillik bir.
Because of the internet, it has now been signed by well over 11,000 people in China.
2008-yillik bir asosiy qonundagi bir hujjatni o'tirib qo'ygan. Hozir uni 11 mingdan ortiq odam qo'l qo'ygan.
And I'd like to read you one sentence from recommendation number 18 in Charter 08, which has to do with minorities in China.
Men sizlarga uningdagi 18-moddasini o'qib beray. Uningda o'sha millatlar masalasi bor.
We should approach disputes in the national minority areas of China with an open mind.
Biz shu osonlik millatlar masalalarini cho'qim davlat darajalik asosda o'zimizning kallasi ochiq yo'riq holda so'zlashimiz kerak.
Seeking ways to find a workable framework within which all ethnic and religious groups can flourish.
Anikin barliq shu diniy va milliy guruhlarning hammasiniki taraqqiy qila olishi uchun bir xil ishligili bo'ladigan bir xil tuzumni qurib chiqishimiz kerak deyilgan.
We should aim ultimately at a federation of democratic communities of China.
Biz eng oxirida endi demokratik shu jamoat yoki demokratik qurilmaga asosan bir federatsiyani qurib chiqishimiz kerak deyilgan.
Now, I don't know how realistic this is, how possible it is in the short run, but I actually do have confidence that those 11,000 people in China who signed this Charter 08 are not alone.
Shuni ham bundan qanchalik real bo'lishini men bilmayman, lekin endi shu orqali endi yana 11 mingdan ortiq Xitoy xalqi hozir uni qo'l qo'yganligi uchun endi buningda endi bir umid bor, ya'ni ular sizlar yolg'iz emas demoqchiman.
And that the leaders of China don't feel secure in the closed system which they manage.
Endi Xitoyning rahbarlari bo'lsa, o'zining manda bir tuyuq bir sistem asosida ularni o'zini bexatar deb hech his qilmaydi.
I began by talking about the former premier Xiao Zhang, who spent the last 16 years of his life under house arrest.
Men boshlamiliq Xitoyning burungi bosh ministri Zhao Ziyangning 16 yil endi turmada yotgan to'g'risida boshlab so'zladim.
When he died 4 years ago, the Chinese top leaders formed an emergency response leadership small group. They were very, very worried. They declared a period of extreme sensitivity. They put the People's Armed Police on special alert and ordered the Ministry of Railways to screen travelers heading to Beijing.
Shu yani Johnson 4 yil oldin o'lgan vaqtida bu Xitoy hukumatining yuqori darajalik amaldorlari bundan noyati andish qilib, andan keyin bular bir iliqi tezden inkaz qaytırış bir grupsini payda qilib, bunun o'lgan bir vaqtini nihoyatda to'yg'un bir davr deb qilib, anankin Xitoyning shu qurolli saqchi qismlarini darhol tayyor bo'lib turadiganqa, uningdan sirt yana Xitoyning shu poyez yo'lini hamda odamlarning soni ko'paygan chog'da uni to'xtatish to'g'risida bular buyruq qilingan.
These are not steps taken by a government that feels secure.
Bu bir o'ziga ishongan hukumatning qilgan qiliq emas.
Now, while Xiaozhang was in prison, he had a chance to reflect on China, and where China should go.
Xiaozhang turmadagi vaqtida endi nurg'un xiyol qilib, endi Xitoyning sistemasi to'g'risida ham Xitoy kelgusida qanday yo'lda menish to'g'risida degan temalar ustida qo'yilgan.
And I read now from the review in yesterday's Washington Post, the review of prisoner of the state.
And uniki tunigan Washington Post yazıda yazılgan xulosasi to'g'risida men bir sizlarga o'qib beraman.
At the end of the book it says, we see Zhao arrive at positions more radical than any he had taken before, positions that the Chinese government had long been calling dissident.
Biz buningda Zhaoziyanning aytib bir radikal bir fikrda bo'lganligini hamda Xitoy hukumati o'qitishi deb qaraganlarga buning sal yaxshi muomala qilganligini.
For instance, Zhao eventually concluded that China needs a free press, freedom to organize, and an independent judiciary.
Çünkü Zhaoziyan o'zining yozmasida degani Xitoyda cho'qin bir matbuot erkinligi bo'lishi kerak, anikin yig'ilish erkinligi bo'lishi kerak, anikin shu taftishning, sudning o'zining mustaqil erkinligi bo'lishi kerak.
The Communist Party will have to release its monopoly on power. Ultimately, China will need parliamentary democracy.
Endi Xitoy hukumati shu hokimiyat bo'lgan monopolligini qo'yib berish kerak. Ondan keyin eng oxirida Xitoy bir parlament xarakterlik bir davlat bo'lib shakllanib chiqdi degan.
Now I believe that and the Charter 08 shows where China is heading.
Ana buning so'zlari bilan endi abayda bitib ketgan 2008-yil Xitoylar ziyolari tayinlagan yangi asosiy qonunni balkim Xitoyning kelgusini nega qarab ma'noligini tushuntirib berish kerak.
And I think we should begin to prepare for that now.
Shuni biz hozirdan boshlab shuni tayyorlik qilishimiz kerak.
I mean, one possibility is to have a delegation from the Uyghur people, maybe because it cannot be done in China, it would have to be done in exile, meet with representatives of Charter 08 and start laying out what that common framework would look like.
And bir mümkünçilik bo'lsa, endi shu Uyg'ur vakillarining hozirdan boshlab endi albatta vatanchilik Uyg'urlar qilmaydi, cho'qim vatan strategiya bo'lish kerak. Ular hozirgi shu 2018-yillik yangi qonun, asosiy qonunni qo'l qo'yganlar bilan, ular bilan ko'rishib, kelgusida qanday bir sistem qurg'ili bo'ldi to'g'risida muzokara ilib borsanlar bo'ladi.
And if an agreement is reached on a workable framework, to begin to circulate it among both the Han Chinese and the Uyghur people.
Agar sizlar o'sha Xitoy ziyolilari bilan birlikda endi bir yangidan bir tuzumni, bir kelishimni kelisha olsanglar, uni Xitoylar bilan birlikda e'lon qilib taqatsanglar, bu bir yaxshi.
I know that the period ahead is going to be a very, very difficult one. I have no illusions about the strength and power of the Chinese government and the success of its economy.
Sizlarning albatta yo'linglar texmo mushkul, endi men uni real qarashimiz kerak. Endi Xitoy hukumatining kuch qudratining nihoyat kuchliligini samimizga selishimiz kerak.
But don't underestimate the vulnerability of dictatorship.
Lekin o diktator hukumatlarning ojizligini sal qaramanglar.
They don't take measures like they did when Zhaozhang died if they didn't feel vulnerable.
Shunga agar ular o'zining ojizligini his qilmagan bo'lsa, Xitoy hukumati Zhaozhang o'lgan chaqda unchalik inkos qaytarmagan bo'ladi.
It will be a difficult struggle.
Shunga bu bir mushkul bir kurash.
But Rebiya Kadeer in her remarks, she ended with quoting from a poet. She didn't say which poet it was, but the poet who said that it will be a long struggle, but we shall overcome, which is what the slogan of our civil rights movement in the 1960s.
Rebiya hanım abayten bir Uyghur şairi ki şiirini nakıl keltirip nayet obdan süzüp ötdi ve yana bizning inqilabımız davarımız müşkül. En ahiri bolsa biz çoğun galip qazımız deb ötüp ketdi. Endi bunun biz 60-yil misharki qarlağımı özünün huquq üçün kurash qilgan chaqda ularning degan chaqda biz çoğun galip qazımız degan shu chaqda.
And I firmly believe that if the Uyghur people retain hope and remain determined, they shall overcome.
Men ishonmanki Uyg'urlar umid bilan yashasa, iroda bilan yashasa, ular cho'qin g'alaba qozonadi. Thank you very much, Mr. Gershman, for your excellent remarks. And men şu Tom Lantos efendi Uygurlar üçün zor iş qilgan bir adam, ilgari bir 20 yil oldi tugab ketdi. Uning yordamchisi uzun yillardan bo'lsa Hans Hagriff efendi. Bu efendim uzun yillardan beri biz Amerika kelgandan beri Uygurlar üçün boshdan oxir qo'llab-quvvatlagan. Rebiya xonimning Amerika qo'yib berilish uchun cho'ng rol o'ynagan bir adam. Hozir Hans Hagriff efendi yana Tom Lantos kishilik huquq komitetining moderi. Hozir biz shu Hans efendini taklif qilmoqchi. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Hans Hagriff, who is the director of the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission. Mr. Hagriff has been a great friend of the Uyghur people and a supporter of the Uyghur people. He has been helping the Uyghurs, and especially Ms. Rebiya Kadeer and her children's case for so many years, and he is very passionate about defending the rights of the Uyghur people in the United States Congress, and we deeply appreciate what he has done for us. Now it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Hagriff.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to say how difficult it is to follow such an excellent speaker as Carl Gershman, who in his remarks already substantively and in enormous eloquence that is typical for him has laid out all the human rights concerns and the issues that directly impact the Uyghur people, not only in Xinjiang, but also throughout China and internationally. The last speaker, many of the points that you had planned on making were already made, so I will not bore you with going through similar things. But I would like to pick up on Carl's theme that talked about Charter 08 and the hopefulness that the Uyghur people should continue to maintain. As you know, on June 3rd, we will unfortunately have to celebrate a very dire day in China's history, which is the 20th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre. And in that, we will, as Congress will approach these celebrations, we will also hear how and what the impacts were on the Uyghur people. I would like to give you another anniversary that may underscore Carl's point about that you also need to preserve hope and need to look forward. And that is another anniversary that is going to come up later in this year, which is the 20th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. I, as somebody who was born and raised in Germany, I can honestly tell you that nothing comes close to a political miracle than the fall of the Berlin Wall. And that was exactly because brave men and women, very much like all the supporters of the Charter 08, got together in churches and in groups and in civil organizations and stuck up for the beliefs and that as a result directly led to the crumbling of the wall. Because ultimately a democratic China, an increasingly democratic China, will only be good for the Uyghur people around the world. So what happens with Charter 08 is of vital interest to the people that live in Xinjiang and, of course, throughout China, for all the minorities, because that is the best protection that the future will hold for your individual rights, for religious rights, and for human rights. I've also wanted to thank, of course, the National Endowment for Democracy. Carl and Louisa have stood with the Uyghur people from day one, and there's nobody more committed to Uyghur rights and human rights and democracy than those two individuals that have worked day and night on behalf of the Uyghur people to promote their rights, just as much as the UNPO and, of course, the Uyghur American Association and the World Uyghur Congress. As you know, as you heard in the introduction, I am the Democratic Staff Director of an organization called the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission, the newest entity, if you will, in the House of Representatives. It was only created last year, but it, of course, looks at a very proud tradition because it's the successor entity of the Congressional Human Rights Caucus, which was founded by the man after the new commission was named, Tom Lantos. And as tragic as a huge loss as this was for the Uyghur community when Tom Lantos passed away a little over a year ago, the new co-chairman, Jim McGovern, who will address you later this week, has taken over the mantle and is a strong supporter of Uyghur rights and religious freedom and human rights and minority rights throughout the world. So as tragic and as personally a big loss this was for me, and I know as personally it was a loss for many of you that Tom Lantos passed away. You should know that Congress will continue to stay with you, will continue to stand with you, will continue to work on Uyghur rights until finally you'll have a situation where whatever legal framework will be found, you get to protect your own rights, have a freedom of expression, have the freedom of religion, and the right to self-determination, which is inherent to all human beings. I would like to just briefly touch on the human rights concerns that, of course, Carl has already explained in his remarks and touched upon in his remarks. But it is truly remarkable that while the eyes of the international community was looking upon China during the Olympics, what happened in Xinjiang? And while the Chinese military authorities have certainly learned the lessons during the clashes that occurred prior to the Olympics in Tibet, and we all remember those pictures, and that the Chinese authorities were actually able to keep what happened in Xinjiang very much out of the international spotlight. That we only know about it is really great thanks to all of you. It is very, very important that you continue, and this is why the support of NED is so important and today's conference is so important, that you, with the worldwide network that you have, continue to bring the information to us, that you continue to let us know what is happening, because as you know, with the draconian sanctions and measures that the Chinese authority have imposed with regard to Xinjiang, of course, international journalists find it extremely difficult to find out the information. Of course, international organizations such as Amnesty International will find it increasingly difficult to get any information. And speaking of which, of course, I've mentioned all the friends that the Uyghur community has here in Washington, D.C. I'd also like to point out that my good friend T. Kumar from Amnesty International has done a tremendous job in providing the Congress and the administration, as well as NED and others, with the information that we could then shine a spotlight on. And that has made a significant difference. And again, it is the commitment of those leaders here in Washington that will continue to shine a light on what happens in Xinjiang and will get our administration to focus on these issues. With your kind permission, I would like to spend a second or two thinking about ways forward and the new administration. As you know, the current administration is reviewing a lot of policies in a lot of areas. This is not just only related to China, but with all sorts of policy objections on how and in what ways our goals can be more effectively promoted. I want to be absolutely clear that this is a very important step that should go on as the right of every administration to do. And it is important that we start thinking outside of the box, that we cannot just repeat what we have done in the past, and that we do not look for new ways of expressing our concerns. But I also want to be equally clear in saying that while you're looking for new ways, you cannot just throw the old ways that have worked out of the window and ignore them and say they do no longer count, that this is a different ballgame all of a sudden. So I'm hopeful that as we constantly review our methods, our ways of approaching human rights, our ways of defending human rights with regard to China, will improve and new ways will be added. I very strongly hope that the ways that have produced results in the past, which is by directly approaching individual cases, by making them a priority, by making sure that human rights is a priority for us, and not only that we know this in our hearts that human rights are a priority for us, but that our counterparts on the other side understand that full well, that this is an important issue for the United States, that will clearly continue. The Uyghur people, of course, do not only suffer tremendously, but they also, and as many people in times of crisis, produce extraordinary leaders. One of those leaders is, of course, Ms. Rebiya Kadeer, who I had the honor of meeting a long time ago, on whose rights the Congressional Human Rights Caucus and the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission has worked for such a long time with such determination. Of course, as you all know, while I was on a business trip in Xinjiang, and some colleagues of mine, her children were arrested, Lim and Ablikim, and I want to take a moment to think about how they experience this day that you experience here in Washington, what it's like for them to be imprisoned in China, so that we always recall what it is that we actually are doing, that Uyghur rights is not some sort of ideological or an idea, but it really impacts people, people suffering that is occurring as we sit here. And you do not only have a courageous leader in Ms. Kadeer, who has taken on a few labels herself. In German, she's called Himmelstürmerin, after her book. In America, she will be called the Dragon Slayer. But here, she's the mother of all Uyghurs. And what her eloquence has brought about is that the overall awareness of the suffering of the Uyghur people has been accepted and has become much better known in the international community. Because one thing is very clear. Uyghur rights is not an American issue. Uyghur rights is an issue for the international community. Every country around the world should stand with the Uyghurs. And it's important that the international community comes together, and thanks to leaders such as Ms. Kadeer, who goes and travels internationally to meet with foreign leaders and to talk to them about your suffering, it's a crucial thing. And as wonderful that it is that we are able to welcome you all here in Washington, I do, of course, want to point out another item which is rather painful for us here in the United States. As we go and rightly criticize China for imprisoning people without proper trials, Uyghurs, with no evidence at all, with fake evidence, or just on mere charges of mere allegations, it is clear that as we go and criticize China, that we have to be very much aware ourselves as Americans that there are 17 Uyghurs sitting in Guantanamo who basically have been cleared of all charges and who basically have no place to go to. And I de facto stateless. And I think it is the responsibility of the United States to make sure that none of the rights of those individuals are being violated, either now or whatever third country may accept them, or certainly in the United States. The fairness that we demand of the Chinese authorities, of course, we have to apply to ourselves. And again, just in this time of crisis, just as Rebiya emerged, two great leaders in your own community emerged that have really done so much to help, particularly the Uyghurs that are in Guantanamo. And I'm talking, of course, about Rushan and Rishad Abbas, who have worked very hard on their behalf to bring about a just solution to their situation. Lastly, I want to reiterate that the Tom Lantis Human Rights Commission will stand with all of you. The man whose legacy, whose proud legacy we carry in our name, the Tom Lantis Human Rights Commission, that is a commitment that we chose that name. We will continue his legacy. We will continue to fight, and we will continue to work on your behalf in the United States Congress and use the voice of the US Congress to stand up for Uyghur rights, so that one day, with hand in hand with those leaders that bring democracy to China, such as all the brave souls of the Charter 08 and their supporters, that is an unstoppable force, very much as Germany has shown when the Berlin Wall crumbled. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Hans, for your excellent remarks. Ben hem de Hans Efendi'nin sözlügen esil notunu bir tercüme kıpreyslerge. Hans Efendi hem de şu sözünü başlaştım burun. Benden burun Karl Efendi'ne ait yaxşı geplerini kıldı. Ondan burun hem de Busdachin Efendi'ne ait yaxşı geplerini kıldı elbette. Ular kalan ait yaxşı geplerinin keyine de hem de menin ulardaki yaxşı gepini kılamısın mı? Lekin menin deydiğen nurgun muhim geplerim ba hazırda. Mening deganim endi shu abaytin shu Karl Efendi'me yetib o'tib ketdi. Hem de Xitoyning ishda nurg'un ziyolilar 2008-yili birga kelib, ya'ni 2008-yilning bir asosiy qonuniy degandek bir narsani tuzib chiqqan. Shuningga muhimi Uyg'urlar uchun umidni yo'qotmaslik. Yana shu 3-iyun kuni oldimizda ya'ni bu Tiananmen voqeasining 20-yilligi bo'ldi. Tiananmen voqeasida o'zinglar bilasizlar. Xitoy hukumati nurg'un Xitoy o'quvchilarni qirib o'ldirgan. Shuningga Tiananmen voqeasining Uyg'urlarga bo'lgan ta'siri qanday? Buni kongressda biz yig'in ochmoqchi. Shuningga endi keyingi qarash kerak, endi bu bo'libmi oldingi qarash kerak. Endi burun qishlardan endi tajriba saboqni yakunlash kerak. Masalan, ilgari shu 20-avgust kuni, ya'ni Berlin temining o'rliganligining shu 20-yilga bo'ladi. 20-avgust. O'rliganligining men o'zim Germaniyada tug'ilib o'sib cho'g'im bo'lgan. Shuningga Berlin temining o'rlib tushib menga shunday qattiq ta'sir qilgan bir cho'ng ish. Shu chog'da sizlarga o'xshash yana Xitoyda asosiy qonun qo'l qo'ygan ziyolilar va faoliyatchilarga o'xshash bir qism jangovar insonlar, cherkovlardan bo'lsin, o'xshash bo'lgan guruhlarda bo'lsin, bular yig'ilib paranglashib, shunday muzokara qilishib, qanday bir taraf qilamiz deb faoliyat olib borganlik uchun eng oxirgi hisobda Berlin temi o'rilib tushib, Germaniya birlikka keldi. Endi umid nimada desa, albatta Xitoyning bir demokratik davlat bo'lishda, Xitoy hukumati bir demokratik davlat bo'lib, demokratiyani yo'lga qo'ysa, uning Uyg'urlarga va Xitoyning qo'lda ezilayotgan barliq millatlarga yaxshiroq bir vaziyat shakllanadi. Endi Uyg'urlarning kishilik, huquqiy, diniy huquqiy va boshqa erkinliklarmi qo'llanishi mumkin. Shuning men Uyg'urlarning shu demokratiya va erkinlik uchun kurash qilayotganligiga fursat yaratib bergan va moddiy ma'naviy jihatdan yordam berayotgan NEDga, Karl Efendi va Luiza xonimga alohida rahmat aytaman. Sizlarni qo'llab neçə vaxtdan qollab quvvatlab Uyg'urlarning huquqini qo'g'dash uchun qilayotganiga. Buningdan sirт yana UNPO, Dünya Uyghur Qurultiyi va UAA degandek bu tashkilotlarning Uyg'urlarning kishilik huquqi, Uyg'urlarning da'vosi uchun to'xtamasdan olg'a qarab mengib dunyoda to'nitayotganiga nihoyatda chin ko'nglimdan rahmat aytaman. Hamda o'sha Tomlantos kishilik huquq komitetini so'zlab o'tib ketsam, bu bir yangi bir komitet bo'lib, o'tgan yil qurilgan bir komitet. Uningki bu hamda o'sha Tomlantos apandining nomida qurilgan. Tomlantos apandi bo'lsa, mening burunqi boshlig'im bo'lib, bu kishilik huquq masalasini nihoyatda qattiq ko'ngil bo'ladigan bir inson. Ammo nihoyatda afsus, bir yil ilgari u apandim bu dunyodan ayrilib vafot bo'lib ketdi. Hozir hamda bu Tomlantos kishilik huquq komitetiga yana bir rais adam bo'lsa, ya'ni Avam palata a'zosi Jim McGovern bo'lib, u apandim Uyg'urlarni nihoyat qattiq yaqindan qo'llaydi, Uyg'urlarning kishilik huquqi va diniy erkinligini. Shunga men bundan nihoyat xushal. Shuning ishininglarki, hamda Amerika Davlat Majlisimi bizning komitetimiz sizlar bilan birga kishilik huquqlar uchun tang kurash qiladi. Shuningga biz hamda Uyg'urlarning kishilik huquqi demokratiyasi uchun kurash qilishdan sirt Uyg'urlarning madaniy qo'g'dash hamda oxirgi hisobda Uyg'urlarning o'z taqdirini o'zi qonuniy bir shaklda vosita orqali bir belgilash masalasini vujudga keltirish uchun tirishchanlik ko'rsatamiz. Hamdalikda men shu Xitoyning olimpik oldidagi bir vaziyatni, kishilik huquq vaziyatini bir tushuntirib o'tmoqchi. Albatta, shu olimpikning oldi keyinda butun dunyoning ko'zi Xitoyga tikildi. Andan keyin o'tgan yili martda Tibetda bir voqealar bo'ldi. U voqealar birdan xalqaro yeyilib, xalqaro jamiyat Tibet bo'lgan voqealarni yaxshi bildi, ammo Uyg'urlarning vaziyatini bo'lsa degandek yaxshi bilamidi. Shunda bo'lsa-mu, qasanlarning tirishchanligi, uchurlarni vaqti-vaqtida egallab, xalqaro jamiyatga yetkazganlar sababidan bir qism uchurlar yana sirtga chiqib, xalqaroning ko'zi yana Uyg'urlar masalasiga tikildi. Shu uchurning roli nihoyatda muhim rol o'ynaydi. Garchi